Morning, everyone. Welcome. My name is Menachem Creditor. It's my honor to serve as scholar in residence and rabbi for UJA Federation of New York. We bring you Torah and music, blessing, and community every weekday. We've been doing so since March 18th, 2020. Today it is Thursday, August 29th, 2024. That's more than 4.5 years of Torah every single weekday for 1,126 broadcasts. It is a powerful thing to have a community that comes together regularly, how much more so for 4.5 years to find each other and just say, as Adrian is saying, Boker Tov. Linda, good morning to you, kind soul. And Penny, thank you. It is broadcast 1126. It is day 328 since October 7th. Savta Shush, it's good to see you, my friend. Bensi, welcome. Rosa, so glad that you are doing okay and that Javi has what she needs. Joyce, Boker Tov, Andrew and Debbie, good morning. Heather and Arlene, Lydia and Amy, Judy, it's good to see you. Hi Lisa, welcome. Debbie and Fabrice, Siona and Peter, good morning. Jonathan and Deborah, hope that you are all well. Diane, hi. Cecile and Barry, Barbara and Amy, good morning. Hi Rose, hi Minna, good to see you. Richard, nice to see you too. Hi Amy. Okay, let's take a breath, get ready for a blessing, learn some Torah. Here we go. Hi, good morning, everyone. It's good to see all of you again. It is broadcast 1126. It is day 328 since October 7th. Natalie, you're remembering your brother in law today. We remember him with you. May his memory be for a blessing. There is a lot to talk about. Hannah, welcome back after volunteering with Sarel in Israel. Welcome back. Thank you for all you did. We have a Parsha in front of us. We have a world in front of us. I just witnessed something on video that I'm going to be sharing too. So trying to put together my thoughts is a little bit hard. Let me start with what I just witnessed, and I hope that you will be brave and courageous of heart and look and listen and let it in too. There are 107 hostages still in Gaza held by Hamas. Many of them are no longer alive. The family members of the hostages traveled to the border of Gaza just yesterday, and they all called out with big amplification, big speakers, speaking to their loved ones. And because of my personal connection, though I feel connected with our whole family, connection with Rachel and with Jonathan Hirsch's parents, um, it scarred me forever to hear them call out Hirsch's name. In the ancient world, there was a practice called Yilala, which is wailing. Yes, as Susie is pointing out, she heard Rachel say, "It's Mama," to her son Hirsch. Please God, may he one day hear those words again directly from his mother. By soon, I mean now. Now is already too late, but now. Um, Yilala was the practice of paying women in the ancient world to go to funerals and wail. They were professional wailers, and they would be paid to evoke the tears of the bereaved family. Perhaps in those days, people were more composed and collected, and tears in public were less understood. And so people were paid to help that happen. And when I heard Rachel scream Hirsch's name, something in me broke again. And it's important. I had all sorts of perhaps well-crafted thoughts to share this morning, and barachli, they're not in my brain anymore. I do want to say something about this parsha, and I think it's important. I think it's important because we have to commit ourselves to building this world faster than anyone can break it down. We have to make sure that we create more love and stability than the chaos. And in fact, that's part of this parsha. This parsha called Re'eh, which means, see, I place before you bracha uklala, blessings and curse. Choose the blessing, choose life. And in fact, as a people, as a tradition through the millennia, we have fought for life. Look at how desperately we are fighting for life now, incurring reaction from the entire world for something that we have no choice but to do, and that no nation would not do. What Israel is doing today, however imperfectly, and there are moments where we need to self-correct. Today is not the day where I'm going to focus on that, but I have focused on that recently. I will continue to focus on that. We must remain self-reflective enough so that while we utilize the power we wish we never needed, we do so as authentic Jews, that we hold ourselves, our homeland, to account to be the best of who we mean to be, the best of who we've called to be, to make sure that just as this parsha says, I place before you blessing and a curse, choose the blessing. This is a complicated thing that we are called to do. We have these values that we have learned forever circulating within us. And the trauma that we have incurred for 328 days might close us down to that whispered conscience, but we can't do that. One of the parts of this parsha, and this is where I'm going to focus our learning for today, is Moses speaking at the end of his life to what we need to hear, knowing that he won't be with us when we face this chaotic world. The world will remain chaotic. We have to fight that impulse, that incessant reactivity that makes progress feel so hard. He says, one day, channeling God's intention, of course, one day you will come to this place, and in this place, we will have a centralized way of convening and worshiping. We will have a place where God calls us to offer the sacrifices. It's not that way now. And the difference in the parsha is so powerful to see. Moses says, no, here, where there is no central authority, of course, he is a central authority, but here he says, people do et hayashar be'einav. They do what they think is correct, what their eyes say is the correct way to go. That won't be how it is be'eretz Yisrael, in the Promised Land. What a powerful thing it is to hear Moses say, one day There will be a group in charge. Self-determination will be your lot. Over and over in Jewish history, that has been something that we ache for. We ache for the right to self-determine. He said, and when that happens, it will not be every person doing whatever they think is right. We will be called in that moment, once we have a restored homeland and self-determination, our ancestor Moses tells us, once that becomes real, it won't be what you think is right and what I think is right. We will have a coherent society trying to figure out as a collective what is right. And here's the challenge too. The opening of this week's Parsha says, here I am placing before you blessing and curse. Choose the blessing. It is in the present tense, because even when one day, this is my definition of Zionism, one day when we finally have the power we wish we didn't need, we will have to use it ethically. And the blessing and curse dynamic will be there before us then too. How do we continue to choose blessing when our hearts are so shattered? When parents have to shriek to their children still held in bondage? How do we guide our children on campuses that already this year are showing terrible anti-Semitism publicly? We have to make sure that we hear the opening of the Parsha and we don't respond with chaos. We respond with coherent love, with structure, with the ethical and sound use of power. We have to be able to withstand the reaction of the world when we exercise that power. We are called to make sure that blessing is the choice we make, and that we make that choice together. Jewish unity has always been this rallying call, and even in moments of great pain, Jewish unity has been very hard to achieve and maintain. We know that now that we have, with the Third Jewish Commonwealth, the possibility of self-determination once again, our hearts still break. We know that even though the future for Jews is sound and strong and incontrovertible, we cannot lose ourselves in the chaos. We have to hold strong and remember what Rachel and Jonathan and the family members of 107 hostages are shrieking to their loved ones, still held hostage. We have to remember to be a blessing, because please watch this video. Go to Bring Hirsch Home and watch the video of Jonathan and Rachel. They shriek to their son, and then they each, in English and in Hebrew, bless their son the way we bless our children and our community every Shabbat, and in Israel every morning, in some communities every high holidays. They held their hands out to their son and they said these words. And friends, I offer them not to you, but through you to those around you. Remember that even in a world where chaos seems to reign, we can be channels of thoughtful, coherent blessing, just as Rachel and Jonathan somehow are just blessings manifest in the world over and over again as they writhe in pain before our very eyes, as our hearts break with theirs and we work to support them more than we ever have before. They reached their hands to Hirsch in Gaza and to all of the hostages, and they said these words, Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and protect you. That's it. Please, God, protect them. Please, God, be with us as we work hard to be ourselves as we fight the unfathomable. We are called in this moment to choose blessing. May we have less yilala, less of this mournful, pre-linguistic sound A really important book by Elaine Pegas says, it's called The Body in Pain, says that pain pushes us to a state anterior to language. That's what that sounded like. May we be blessed to be blessers, and may those still in darkness be brought home right now. Sing with me, friends. Send your hearts to the east. Kol hod balevav pnima nefesh Yehudi homia ulefate mizrach kadima ayin letzion tzofia on lo avda tikvateinu התקווה בת שנות 2000 להיות עם חופשי בארצנו ארץ ציון וירושלים להיות עם חופשי בארצנו ארץ Zion Virushalayim. Bring them home now. Am Yisrael Chai. See you tomorrow, friends.